Good morning, Paul. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So tell me a little bit about your business.
So JD Security is primarily a systems integrator and an alarm monitoring company. We started off 34 years ago here in Sydney. Over the last few years, the business has grown quite rapidly. We now have offices in Melbourne, Brisbane and Perth. What we primarily do is work with access control, video surveillance systems, security systems. We integrate a lot of them over corporate networks and we connect them to software that helps run the systems and provide, outcomes that really customers are expecting to be provided with these days.
Sure.
Because of the world that we live in with smartphones and apps. So our business, after a very long time, the security industry, basically has taken a giant leap forward.
Right. And what kind of jobs do you do? Do you do mainly project work, service work, combination of both?
I guess our biggest business is putting in systems.
Yeah.
We have retail customers, we have shopping centres, we have corporate customers. We've always been focused on business. And that's ever since the company started in 1984. We're not so much residential focused at all. So our primary business is putting systems in, configuring those systems for customers, maintaining them, servicing them, and then off the back end of that usually comes monitoring, which comes back to our monitoring centre here in Sydney.
Right, okay. And how did you find out about SyncEzy? So you're a simPRO user.
Yes,
yeah.
Our company is. I'm not so much of a simPRO user, but all of our technical staff are.
Okay.
And the story kind of goes that, I had Salesforce and, it was very, very difficult to use. And I was looking to move away from Salesforce and I was looking for something that could integrate with simPRO. So I started looking at the integrations that simPRO had and I found SyncEzy. At the same time, I was already looking at Zoho. I thought that Zoho would be a good alternative for us.
Yep.
Moving from Salesforce. So I found out that Harry had that integration.
Yep.
And I contacted him.
Okay. So how did your business look at that point? What were you trying to solve when you were looking at Zoho? Are you struggling with Salesforce? Yeah.
I guess with Salesforce it was very difficult for me to get any kind of extended functionality out of it. We were just using it to record leads into and try and track some sales rather badly.
Yeah.
And the guys weren't really using it much at all.
Okay.
And we were paying a ridiculous amount of money per month for it.
Sure.
And eventually I did some numbers and I saw that I could do the sync between Zoho and simPRO with Harry. We could then push across into Zoho the deals that we had set up or the quotes that would, and then I would be able to track those and trigger automation off the back of that data being pushed across.
Yeah, yeah. So you were looking for a way to follow up quotes and a way to win leads to do quoting
there's
for.
Also the other side. We also had information coming in off the website.
Sure.
And off the phones for new customers. And, I also wanted a way for that to be able to be pushed across the simPRO as well.
Okay. So how was the transition to Zoho and SyncEzy from Salesforce?
So essentially what we did, I made a determination that a lot of the data that we had in Salesforce, which had been collected over a decade, was pretty much redundant.
Right.
All the existing customer information had been put into simPRO over the period that we've been using it. So it was probably about 90% correct.
Okay.
simPRO had also been synced with our monitoring centre software. So it was a pretty accurate record of what we needed to use to complete transactions. So I've decided that I would just export my data out of Salesforce and keep it for an emergency in case anybody came to me.
Sure.
But other than that, because we already a number of years before had a custom integration run that would send maintenance issues from our monitoring software to simPRO, I had a very good record in simPRO. And basically Harry then just worked from the simPRO record and pushed everything into Zoho, and it was really, really accurate, I have to say.
Okay, great. And what does your business look like now after implementing Zoho? And what problems have you solved? Time saved? Any other results? How's it benefited your business?
Well, we're still learning, and I've had an extraordinarily busy year this year. But I think that the benefits are that I can now see all those quotes, and that I wouldn't look for before, because I'm not a simPRO power user. I rarely go into it. So it was living in my part of the business in sales and marketing, and I was able to see where we were, who we were selling to. As well, what we've started to do lately now is work on all the workflows to trigger automation to our customers.
Yep.
And working with Harry over the last 6 to 8 weeks in setting some of that up, the results are truly, it's quite mind-blowing, the level of efficiency that Harry is showing us that we can achieve.
Yeah.
So we are still ramping up.
Sure.
But, we talk to him pretty often, and we'll go through something, and he'll take us through Zoho, and he'll show us the way to automate what it is we're trying to do.
Yes.
And, this whole business processes that, we would usually complete manually.
Yeah, you can do through your blueprints and
how to do.
Yeah.
Harry showed how to do one yesterday.
Yeah.
And probably it turned a 5-minute job into about a 10-second job.
Yeah. It is impressive. The workflows and blueprints that you can set up are very intuitive.
No, it's fantastic. And, having Harry around to help us like that, he's a very enthusiastic man.
Sure.
And we actually really like him for that.
Great. Nice to hear.
He's always interested in showing you another thing that it can do.
Yeah, we do get quite excited about geeky stuff like that.
That's fantastic, because when you find someone like that, and you find somebody you can work with like that, that's a pretty rare experience. When we had the Salesforce, it was just so hard.
Sure.
Nothing came easy, and I would have to try and spend my time, which really is non-existent, trying to work out how to do something, and nobody was using it anyway. I think that the change to Zoho was awesome, and I haven't regretted it one bit. And
Great.
It's less than a third of the price per seat that I was paying to Salesforce.
Awesome. So would you have any other advice to simPRO users that are looking at CRM, Zoho, automation?
I would say the automation that Zoho can give you off the back of the quotes that you're creating, which will be pushed into Zoho as deals, is truly more than you can imagine. The complexity you can have, the automation of emails going out to the customer, it's extremely powerful.
It is. Great. Look, thanks so much for your feedback, and I'm really happy that it's all going well for you.
Yeah, it is. We've been trying to catch up for some time now, and we've grown along. We've had a few challenges this year, so
yep.
It's been difficult to keep up with Harry's enthusiasm at times. I've had to go off and get involved in some very boring stuff. But Harry's been there going, come on, you need to do this, you need to do this. We had a session yesterday and we did some new things and we talked about what we're going to do next time.
Great.
And it's really, really good.
Excellent. Thanks very much.